Good morning, class.
Good morning, sir.
So you guys have been choosing your expert groups about different countries and seeing how kids access books. We have Finland, Thailand, Zimbabwe, and Peru. You're going to continue today learning about your country and how some kids access books. First question, does anyone have any experiences in Peru or something that they're connected with? Yes, Desani.
In Peru, I picked Peru because the mountains and the view is good view when you sit on the mountains. It's like the thing is that in Peru, they just like sit there because it makes you think about the stuff that whenever they wish they could get they wish.
Okay, who's in Finland? Yes.
I always wanted to go to. The reason why I picked Finland because I always wanted to go to Europe.
Okay, Europe. Who has the country Thailand? Oh, Dylan. Why did you choose Thailand as your country? Was it something about the cuisine? The food? You like Thai food? Okay, so maybe you might want to visit Thailand and check out that Thai food. Yes, Martine.
I chose my country because my ancestors used to live in Africa.
Okay, so you have some ancestors in Africa. Good. I'm going to pull down this map. I'm going to need a volunteer. Is there any other country that we recognize on the map? Kimberly, what country do you recognize? Can you come and point to a country that you recognize that we've been talking about? What country do you recognize? Where's that? Finland, good. Can somebody else point out a country? Yeah, what country do you think? Mongolia, good. What other countries do you recognize on this map? Where's that? Peru, good. And I'll do one more. Thank you. Can you come up and point to it? Thank you guys for sharing. What country is that? Where the kangaroos from? Where is that?
Australia.
Australia, good. Thank you. So we've been around the world learning how kids access books from different countries. What did we learn about Kenya? How do kids access books in Kenya? Does anybody remember Kenya? Leilani? How? The burros. Because some of the roads were inaccessible, so they have to use burros to access books. Good. So let's look at our learning target for today. Our learning targets. I can find the gist of an informational text. Somebody raise a quiet hand and tell me, what is the gist? Yes.
What the book is mainly about.
What the text is, or the book is mainly about. Good. Our next learning target, I can find the meaning of unfamiliar vocabulary. Somebody give me a strategy. How can I find the meaning of an unfamiliar word or vocabulary word? What strategies can I use? I can do what?
You can split the words into.
Okay, so I can break the words into syllables. What else can I do? What can I use?
Combination.
Can you guys help me? Turn to a partner share how can I or you find the meaning of an unfamiliar vocabulary word, a word you don't recognize. What strategies could you use to figure out what the word means? Turn to a partner. Can you turn to her? Can you turn to her?
Carlos turns to Brittany.
Maybe you can turn to Lorani.
Oh, when I'm with that girl.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, then who is? I'm gonna go.
How do you find the meaning of an unfamiliar vocabulary word? What could you do?
You could sound
Mr. Ray, what do I talk to?
the word.
I'll talk to Derek.
Class? All right, what did we come up with? Let me see a quiet hand. Yes. Thank you. We're ready. Excuse me. We're ready. Thank you, David. Yes.
I come out me and Dylan talked about.
Okay. I heard over here you can sound out the word. I heard we can use context clues. You can look around the word and get the clues that's going to help you figure out what the word means. Good. Our third learning target is I can collaborate effectively. Collaborate. Everybody say collaborate.
Collaborate.
Leonie, what does that mean, collaborate?
Collaborate means you go in a group with another person and learn something new.
Okay, so we work
Together.
We work
Together.
together. Good. Good job, you guys. So when you guys are collaborating in a group, we want to collaborate effectively to have some positive outcomes, right?
Yeah.
So when you work in a group, we have to have norms. What do we need?
Norms.
Good. Sorry. So norms are a list of rules that we use to guide how we interact with each other. So let's look at some norms. I need help. I'm gonna get 3 norms. What are some rules that we could use when we're collaborating in a group? What can we, yeah. What's one norm when we're collaborating together then? You can just leave it, thank you. So we could listen. So when someone's speaking in the group, we're gonna all want to listen. What's another norm that when we're in a group, Joey? So we need to be respectful when we're in a group. Can I get a third norm, Kimberly?
No fight.
How can I rephrase that? She said no fighting and arguing. Argue. Because when you're in a group, when you argue, we can resolve conflicts or disagreements, right? Okay, good. So my next question is, what do we need from everybody in the group to do our best work? What do we need, Dasani, from everybody in our group to do our best work?
Conflict resolution.
All right. Conflict resolution. When you're having disagreements or arguments, you can resolve your conflicts peacefully when you're working in a group. Give me 1 second, okay? So how can we listen to include everybody's ideas? You know how we all have different ideas about something? How do we include everybody's ideas when we're working in a group, Leilani? Say it again? louder.
Making a good decision.
I can't hear you, sorry. Make what?
Making a good decision.
Okay, can you just scream it out? It's hard to hear with the mask.
Making a good decision.
Making a group decision. Great, I like that. All right, so now that we have our norms, we're going to start reading about your countries that you're becoming experts in. But before we do that, we have to look at what close readers do. They do these things. So are you ready? Close readers read the text slowly. 2 times. They get the gist of what the text is about. Derek, you ready? They circle words that are not sure of and they try to figure out. You can reread and underline important vocabulary, use text to answer questions, gather evidence from the text. You can talk to each other about what you think it means, and then at the end you can read again and summarize and put into your own words. Right? So now we have 4 expert groups. I have Peru in group 1, I have Finland in group 2, I have Zimbabwe in group 3, and I have Thailand in group 4. We're going to get with our groups. Let's look at our learning targets. So we're going to find the gist of the text. You're going to look for details. And if you come to an unfamiliar vocabulary word, you're going to try to use context clues, break it apart into syllables, sound it out. And then our groups are going to collaborate effectively. So if I can get my groups, I have your folders here. I have Thailand. Who's my group leader for Thailand? Peru, group lead. Finland.
Jalen.
And then Zimbabwe. There you go. Yes. You guys can just have a talk about that. No, just everything. Alright, you guys can pass out literature. Pass out the literature. Alright, Peru, here you go. So, read the text, look for details about. Okay, that's fine. You don't need that. You guys can pass out the article. Look for details about how kids access books, okay? Here, pass those out. Yes, go ahead.
Kids get books by phone. It's not in right on mine either. The ball.
Alright. No, just get articles. Look for details about how kids access books. Remember those difficult vocabulary words? What is this? You know what that means? A number of these villages can be reached only on foot. This makes transportation difficult. What does that mean, difficult?
Difficult. I know.
Yes.
Difficult means it's difficult.
Okay, what is it?
Difficult.
What does it mean?
I know what it means.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's something hard to do.
It's hard, right? So if they can't get there by foot, how do they get there?
By elephant.
By elephants. Good. So you use the context clues to help you figure out what the word difficult is. Good. So look for some other details about how kids access books, okay? And discuss with your group, okay? I'm going to go to Zimbabwe now. Zimbabwe. All right. So how do kids access books in your country?
By 2 donkeys in a cart.
2 donkeys in a cart. So I need you guys to look for details
And then write it in a notebook.
about
And we're gonna go sing it.
and about how kids access books. Give me a detail, okay?
About how they
Yeah. And look for the gist in the paragraph, okay? I'm going to travel over to Finland now, okay? That's fine. Okay, guys, you're looking for the gist and details of how kids access books. Okay, discuss with your group, okay? You can highlight details and the gist of how kids access books. So everybody needs at least one detail about how kids access books. Did you guys get to a vocabulary word that was unfamiliar? I like the way you circled your words.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, you can use your highlighter, you can circle the unfamiliar vocabulary. I like the way you're taking notes.
You like my highlighter?
Okay, good. So when we're done, we're going to share one detail about how kids access books in Peru, okay? Okay, go ahead. Alright guys, make sure you discuss in your groups. Look for the gist and find a detail about how kids access books, okay? You can circle unfamiliar vocabulary and then use your strategies to try to figure it out. You can circle or highlight. You can use this to circle or highlight.
This is mine. Highlighter. Yeah, this is mine. This is mine.
Let's stay focused on it. That's fine. That's fine. Just try to focus, okay? Alright. You guys find details about how kids access books? And why? You already know why they use elephants.
I hope I don't do one.
Okay, good. That's where you guys are circling unfamiliar vocabulary and using your strategies to try to figure it out. We're going to share one detail in about 5 minutes, okay? Good.
We write one detail or a lot?
Just one. Everybody just one.
Oh, just one. That's just my detail. One writing?
And you're going to use that detail in your paragraph, remember?
Oh. What is this? 4 days?
Yeah. Remember that one detail, guys. You can use in your paragraph. So you can have 1, 2, 3 details. And you can incorporate it into your paragraph. So look for one detail and circle it.
Can I write from here all the way to the bottom?
Yes.
Can I be my detail? I'm gonna just write everything.
Alright guys, I'm going to check in with Peru.
I wanted to do the back one.
How's Peru doing? So everybody needs one detail about how kids access books, and then you're going to use those details in your paragraph, okay? Good, just like that. Perfect. I love it. Yeah. So guys, we're going to take 5 more minutes and then regroup. So make sure we have one detail because you're going to add those details in your paragraph, okay?
Bye.
Remember, we're filming. Thank you for being respectful. detail that you can use in your paragraph. So they're isolated, and you said between May and October. That's a great detail about how kids access books in Finland. Good. Is it really cold during those months? Or does it rain? And they live on the rocky shores, right? So it's really hard for them to access books because they are isolated on the rocky shores. That's a really great detail to add into your, you can actually underline that. Underline that right here.
Right here?
Yes, where it says rocky shores, isolated, and May to October. That's going to be a really great detail.
Because the major, I had that black shirt, and then he gonna put your head over it, and then he's gonna take you.
We don't need a notebook.
Craig, Craig!
We don't need our notebook.
I
already know what I gotta do. What do you have to do? What do you gotta do?
No, don't take my stuff.
What do you gotta do?
Figure out.
Yeah, highlight the part about rocky shores. And that's a detail that's going to help you.
Mr. Raymond, what do I do?
Talk to your group member.
I asked them.
Remember, you talked about the isolations on the rocky shores. Can you share that with your group member, please? Wait, Jaden's going to share.
Bye.
Kids don't get books and feel what? I mean, they do kids get books
By boat. And tell them why. Give them one detail.
It's hard for you. They're isolated on the rocky shore.
Good. They're isolated on the rocky shore, so they have to use boats.
And a boat come out
And that's going to be a...
October.
So, Martise, that's going to be a really great detail that you can use in your paragraph, okay? So that's why he underlined it. So if you can show him where it is, so he can underline it on here. Okay, great.
Right where?
Great. That's great.
Book. Can you do it for me? I did not see that.
I don't.
What the heck?
Oh yeah, look at okay, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me see your pencil. Let me see your pencil.
Yeah, underline.
Shovel.
Shovel this.